Have you ever felt like programming has a secret level? You know, a set of cheat codes that the pros use? Well, today, we're basically pulling back that curtain. We're going to see how developers can build these huge, complicated projects without having to write every single little line of code from the ground up. Let's jump in. Okay, so imagine this. You've got this amazing idea for an app. It's a members-only fan zone for K-pop lovers. People can sign up, they make a password, and bam, they get exclusive content. But then you sit down to actually code the thing, and you're just hit with this wall of questions. Like, how do you check their age? How do you know their password is secure? It can feel pretty overwhelming, right? So let's make it official. Our mission is to build the Fan Zone Access System. Think of it like the digital bouncer for a K-pop app. It's going to be checking IDs at the virtual door and deciding exactly who gets in. And here's our game plan broken down into 4 simple steps. First, we got to check the user's age from their birth year. Second, we need to validate their password to make sure it's not terrible. Third, we're going to sort them into a random fan group, to keep things interesting and fair. And finally, we'll put all those checks together to either grant access or deny it. Now, here's the secret weapon. You don't have to build all of this from scratch. See, programming has these pre-built tools called libraries, and they're made to handle all the common stuff. And honestly, the best way to think of them is right here. They're literally power-ups in a video game. They give you these special abilities so you can skip the boring parts and focus on what makes your app unique. All right, it's time to find our first power-up. Let's tackle that very first task on our list, figuring out a user's age. So a user types in their birth year. How do we turn that into their actual age? I mean, it sounds simple, but our system has to do it automatically, accurately, for maybe thousands of people. And for this, we grab our first power-up, the math library. This thing is a standard tool in pretty much every programming language out there. It's packed with functions for all kinds of calculations, from super complex equations all the way down to the simple subtraction that we need right now. And with this power-up, look how clean the solution is. We just tell the system, hey, take the current year and subtract the user's birth year. That's it. One line of code. Our first task is done. Power-up 1 collected. Okay, on to our next challenge. Passwords. We need a solid way to check if a user's password is strong enough to actually, keep their account safe. Look, password checks can get crazy complicated really fast. Checking for numbers, special characters, uppercase letters. For our app, let's keep it simple. We just need to answer one question. Is the password long enough, or is it something short and kind of weak, like BTS? And for this job, we need our second power-up, the string library. In programming, any chunk of text, a name, a sentence, a password, is called a string. This library is our go-to toolbox for messing with text, whether that's measuring its length, like we need to do, or even searching for certain words inside it. So with our new power-up, the logic is dead simple. We just ask the string library, how long is this password? If it's long enough, we'll call it strong. If not, it's weak. And just like that, task 2 is in the bag. 2 power-ups down, just one more to go. Our last task, before we put this whole thing together, is to assign each new fan to a group, but it has to be completely random. So to make the app more fun, we want to put users into different fan groups. But how do we do it fairly? We can't have any favoritism, and we definitely can't do it one by one for thousands of users. We need a system that is totally 100% unbiased. And that brings us to our final power-up, the random library. This tool is built for one thing, pure unpredictability. If you need to shuffle a deck of cards, roll a die. Or in our case, just pick a random group from a list, this library does it with a single command. It guarantees a fair, random result every single time. Okay, we did it. We've collected all 3 of our power-ups, math, string, and random. All the different pieces are in place. Now for the really fun part. Let's plug them all together and bring our Fan Zone Access System online. Let's watch this thing work. We've got 2 different users here. On the left, we have Jenny. She's 16. That's a check made by our math power-up. Her password is long enough, so our string power-up says it's strong. The result, access granted. Simple. But now, look at the right. Ty is only 10, and his password, BTS, is flagged as weak. Since he's under our minimum age of 13, the system just automatically denies him access. 2 different users, 2 very clear outcomes. And it's all handled automatically by the system we just built. So, mission complete. We built a fully functional access system for our K-pop app. But the real takeaway here isn't about the app itself. It's about this whole method of using pre-built tools. This, right here, is the programmer's real secret weapon. And the benefits of working this way are just huge. You code way faster, because you aren't wasting time solving problems that have already been solved a million times. Your code has fewer bugs, because these libraries have been tested by thousands of other developers. This isn't just some classroom theory. It's exactly how the biggest apps in the world are actually built. So let's just lay out the tools we collected today. We grabbed the math library to do all our number crunching. We used the string library to handle all the text, like checking those passwords. And we picked up the random library for any time we needed a fair, unpredictable result. Ultimately, being a powerful programmer isn't always about writing mountains and mountains of original code. A lot of the time, it's about knowing what tools are in your toolkit and when to use them. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just need to know which power-ups to grab. We just saw how 3 simple power-ups can create a whole system from scratch. This exact same logic could build a feature for a gaming app, a social network, an online store. I mean, the possibilities are totally endless. So now that you know the secret, what will you build?